Happy New Year, one and all. I want to talk about something that is taboo. Premature ejaculation is uncontrolled ejaculation either before or shortly after sexual penetration. It happens with minimal sexual stimulation and before the person wishes. It is one of the most common forms of male sexual dysfunction. And note the emphasis on male sexual dysfunction. It has probably affected every man at some point in his life. How is premature ejaculation related to the PNP? Well, it seems that some of its male members and females too are suffering from premature ejaculation of the mouth. Because despite the medical view that most men experience it at some point in their lives, Damian Crawford and Dwayne Vaz's sexual prowess is not in question if the grapevine is to be believed. But what could have caused such massive dosage of flushable fluid from the mouths of these two young legislators? Neither has brought even a private member's motion to the House. Crawford has been there for close to 4 years. Vaz just come. Crawford, the junior minister in the Ministry of Tourism and Entertainment, didn't know that being a member of Parliament made him a member of the party's National Executive Council. This bright scholar seems to believe his own hype and appeared to think he was the late Anthony Spalding, aka Red Tony. Tony Spalding at one time thought he was more popular than the PNP and more popular than Michael Manley. So when he challenged from the floor, all hell broke loose, and men never before sworn to anger became violent mad ants. At least Spalding used to go to the PNP meetings. But Crawford knows so much about the party that he did not know that he was a member of the NEC. And that was the excuse for not attending any of the 6 NEC meetings for 2014-2015. Imagine that. It was the same disdain shown to the East Rural St. Andrew constituency and no transparency about constituency business, all concentrated in blood. So he gets a hard-on from the number of forwards he get at meetings and did not know he was going to be relieved early, including telling his constituents that he tricked them. And you now expect to be rewarded with Nostrolani? So let's say PNP Vice President Angela Brown-Burke and Luther Buchanan told the officers' meeting that they did not support his candidacy in North Trelawney. I would like to think that they were trying to avert a similar situation as in East Rural St. Andrew, with no meeting with constituents and no organization. That's how the hard-on turned to premature ejaculation of the mouth. That's the reason for the imbecilic rant from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It sounded like a child. In fact, it sounded like 2 children. So that's the beef with Brown-Burke, who is getting a taste of her own social media medicine. Remember her what the F? Is that come back to haunt you? But that's what happened when you have a weak chairman and deputy chairman. Bobby Pickersgill has remained in the wrong jungle since the 1950s. And Anthony Hilton, who, well, the less said about him, the better. And weak elders as well, lest we forget that P.J. Pattison governed by the way of his kitchen cabinet. But they would take up the phone a long time ago and use some choice word to end this rubbish. So the question is, who is in Portia's kitchen cabinet and where are they? Neither Andrew Holness, the JLP leader, nor Portia should have time for this foolishness between retarded officials. But there's a method to the madness that is currently going on in the PNP. The currency of one of their own will fast lose value if Portia continues for much longer. So the longer she takes to call the elections is the longer it will take for the heir to the throne to emerge. And that's the reason for all of this dissatisfied sex. As for Vaz, he's acting like a goat herd from Westmoreland with his seeming endorsement of the violent lyrics of Vybz Kartel. Just look at the constituency. Look at the literacy levels of the parish, and more so after decades of PNP representation. The PNP is making a mockery of its Jamal slogan in the 1970s, when its goal was to move persons from the darkness of illiteracy to the light of literacy. You all need to know what it means to be a comrade then and now. Until next week, stay close to the edge.